everybody, and welcome to the Weatherboys podcast. I am Derek Kevra. That is Alan Longstreet.
Hello.
And together we make up the Weatherboys. Good to see everybody. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. How are you?
How have you been since 4 hours ago?
Great. I filled my belly with tacos from the Drunken Rooster, and I'm good to go. I took a nap. I'm tired. You know what? I'm good and I'm tired. I'm both of those things.
You stayed up late yesterday.
Oh, I played tennis. It was great. I haven't played tennis. I play in this league with these individuals, and it's very fun. I'm not so good. They're pretty good. But yeah, it was good. It's fun to do a thing that you like. I don't do that often, I find.
I wasn't, for me, it wasn't the fact that you were playing tennis. You described it. You were like, I played tennis.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I haven't done it in so long.
It's the fact that you did it at 9 o'clock at night. That's the part. Like, you're usually in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. And you didn't even
I was
start
late, man.
till 9.
Yeah, that was a 10 p.m. bedtime. That's 2 in a row. One in a row is fine. 2 in a row, that's tricky. But yeah, here I am. I'm happy to be here, and I'm good to go.
The tacos that Alan was referring to is we had a special treat at Fox 2 today. We had a food truck come in.
Yep.
Kind of an employee appreciation.
Sure.
And I feel appreciated.
Yeah,
I feel good.
I feel real good about it. It's fantastic.
Tacos will make you feel better.
Yeah. Did we talk about my trip yet?
Oh, no.
The trip to the thing. So we took the family with some of my, my immediate family, and then some of my brothers and sisters, and we went to a lake house, and it was really great. But day one, we get there, we walk in, and it smelled like sewage, like literal sewage. Okay, and then we go out there, and one of my kids is swarmed by yellow jackets.
Oh God!
And then on the second day, one of my kids got attacked by leeches in the water.
Jeez.
As well, like all over, like and you know, here's the thing I did. Sometimes I think I'm an okay dad most of the time. Here's a dumb dad thing I did. She comes out of the water, and they're little leeches. They were not the big, we all know what a big leech is.
I feel like little leeches still are pretty terrifying.
For sure. I didn't know what they were. That's the thing. And they're in between her fingers.
Yes, naturally, that's where they go.
Millions of them. Oh, you knew that? Why didn't you tell me?
There's not millions.
There were millions. Not anymore. I start picking them out, and I'm like, all right, bro, I can't get them all. There's so many. I'm like, get in the hot tub.
Alan.
Get in the hot tub. Just go in the hot tub. You know, it's hot water. It's chemicals. You're going to kill it. She goes in the hot tub, and then I start second-guessing myself, and I go to chatbot.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. Don't send your leech-infested kids to the hot tub, because those leeches aren't going to die in time.
Now they're going to live in the hot tub.
They're going. Oh, no, not that. No. They'll probably die over time, but they'll dig into her before, because you don't want them to suck the blood and give you whatever they have. That's the problem with leeches. So I get her out of there, and then we dig them all out, and, all is well. It was a great trip. And you know what I did? I know our guest is going to be very proud of me for this, because one of my only problems, is I have trouble with conflict. Rocking the boat, asking for what perhaps I think that I could be too nice in a bad way. That's not a good thing.
You have no problem having conflict with me. Tell me I suck all the time.
That's true. That is true. But no, so it's the house literally smelled like sewage. And when
what was that?
Everything else was perfect. The trip was actually incredible. The trip was really fun.
Yeah,
it was
sounds
really
like a great time.
No, what are you going to do about bees? Bees happen. Leeches happen. Sewage doesn't need to happen though. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of it, I asked the host for money back. I sent him a message and I said, everything was great. However, it smelled like literal poo-poo. And he came out to try to fix it, but it didn't fix it.
And
so I slept through that.
Kindly request a reimbursement, please, if you feel like it. I mean, you don't have to. Actually, never mind. Forget it.
No, let me read it. That's what it was. But in the end, I was like, hey, I think this is what's fair. I would like this amount of money. I got $500 back in my account, baby.
Wow.
And he said, and you know what happened? He just was like, cool, that sounds good.
Huh.
In hindsight, I should have asked for more. It made me sleep through poop. If you're at the Marriott, they're not going to make you do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Alan's Summer Vacation, brought to you by Final Destination.
Yeah, it was wild.
It's not so great. Okay, we want to get to our guest because we're very excited. This is a guest that we have been trying to get on the show for a long time, but she is elusive because she's very popular.
Sure.
And she's got a lot going on.
Mysterious.
And we're going to talk to her about all these things.
She's got gravitas.
Joining us, somebody who lights up the screen every single morning here on Fox 2 in Detroit. You know her, vibrant, fearless, always stylish anchor on the 9, and is one of the most recognizable voices in the city. She's covered everything from hard-hitting breaking news to inspiring community stories, and she brings that same passion and authenticity to everything she does. She is an Emmy-winning journalist, a storyteller at heart, and someone who knows how to keep it real, whether on TV, at an event, or just scrolling with her fans on social media. Please welcome, everybody, the one and only.
Hold on. The cousin of Tyrone Lue. Thank you. Get that in there, too. Sorry, carry on.
Maurielle Lue joins us today on the podcast. Hi, Maurielle.
Hi, everybody. Wow, that was quite the intro.
We give a lot of love here on the Weatherboys podcast.
I like it. I like it.
We
Are
also
those things true?
we only speak the truth. I only speak the truth.
Yeah.
Derek comes in and out.
Well, yeah, he'll give you what you need to hear, but I need to hear that, so it works.
It's pretty good.
You're doing a good job.
Maurielle, would you have gone on vacation with Alan in that situation there?
Well, no.
You would have arrived, but you would have left.
Well, y'all, there are some differences. There are some things I'm just not going to do. I will never be in a leech. I'm not putting myself in a leech situation.
In a leech lake?
Yeah.
But I think all lakes can have inland lakes. They got them.
Why are y'all getting in there? Stay on the boat.
Oh yeah, we got in. Yeah, we were. Oh yeah, we did. We got in
That's what
there.
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
no, that's fair.
Like you're doing things that you shouldn't.
And I guarantee that you wouldn't have stayed in the place. There were 2 houses, and the one house had the smell in it. And I guarantee you would have at least. No, you wouldn't have stayed there. You would have left.
ChatGPT didn't tell you what you really needed to do to harmlessly get the leeches off of your daughter? Salt.
I just plucked them off.
No, you don't want to do that because then they stick and then they pull.
No, I plucked them off.
Salt, they will just shrivel up and die.
Yeah, again, leech
What
man
does
over
that
here
mean?
didn't tell me anything.
Sprinkle the salt
Yes.
on the kids or put your hand in salt.
What
now
about
I need to know this.
what about holy water?
Sprinkle salt.
Would that?
They'll shrivel up and die.
Yeah.
How big were they?
They're tiny. They're little. They're small. And that's the thing. I
You
didn't
could see them like you knew they
Yeah,
were there.
I could see them, but they were flesh colored, and so some of them.
Flesh colored.
Yeah, these were not. I think of a big
color
black
were they?
leech.
Yeah.
They were like her little tan skin. My daughters are tanner than me. They were like yeah. They're gross. They were gross, is what they were. That's
Probably
what I
grosser
will say.
when
Oh
you're
my
pulling them
gosh.
off by the tail. You're like,
Yeah,
it's okay. Now
I
you know.
just scraped them off with my fingernail.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Marielle, thank
Yes.
you for being on.
Thanks for finally having me on.
You have
guys.
been the Matt
I've been trying to
Damon.
get you here forever, and
That's
Derek's like,
not
no, we
true.
can't. Derek's like, no, we can't
I
have
was
her
starting
on.
to feel some type of way because I wanted to be on a lot sooner, but I'm happy to be here today.
I viewed you in a way like the Matt Damon to our Jimmy Kimmel. Is like every time you were supposed to come on, something
Yeah.
would happen. There was at least one time where we were like, we got to cancel because Alan's daughter has leeches. And then another time you had to cancel. So
that's
this is
true.
great.
Yes, finally.
Daughter had
Gang's all here.
leeches. They're lice in her hair.
Marielle,
Yes.
one of the first times I was introduced to you, you were described to me, I think self-described, as a prodigy. And I would like you to explain a little about your early career and why you were a prodigy.
I am a child prodigy as an adult still. And that's the thing that people need to know. Let's see. I just always knew this is what I wanted to do. Perhaps a little Googling of Prodigy maybe would have been better served for me in this situation. But I just thought it was a kid who was real talented and gifted at a certain thing, and then they stuck with it, and then boom, here you are, a child prodigy.
Well, a person, especially a young one, endowed with exceptional qualities or abilities.
Well,
that's
I won my first International Journalism Award at the age of 16 years old.
What?
Yeah.
What was that award?
Yeah. I did an expose on a boys and girls center for youth in the city of Atlanta, where I'm from. At 16, went and interviewed everybody, got all of these different perspectives, wrote a story, and beat people all around the world in terms of competition in storytelling. I remember being, honestly, 5 and 6 years old, watching the news. The news is my dad's thing. Even to this day, this is what we connect on. Anytime there's breaking news, my phone's going to ring and it's my dad. Are you watching this? And we're breaking down the angles that they're using on the news, what different channels are on. So as a kid, that was just our thing. I'm a daddy's girl, so I would have the news on. If he was late coming home from work, I would be waiting by the stairs. I got permission to stay up late, and I would have a list of the top stories. And I would watch all the different stations, and I'd say, they led with weather, they did this. And that was before I knew, that's how people who are in the news, that's how we watch the news. We have all the stations up. We know who's covering what. So I was able to say at 5 years old, Channel 2 had the mother. They didn't talk to her on Channel 17. They only had this angle. I had an easy understanding of what the people want.
We have a lot to get into with that really in a minute, but real quick, I was asking Chatbot if Mario Lou was a child prodigy.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think it said?
Well, are you asking Marielle's chatbot or?
No, this is number 5, ChatGPT number 5. Yes, Mario Lou was a child prodigy in journalism. Look at that. Read that top line. Read that top line. Now that's the thinking phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Chat agrees.
It says it, yeah.
Chat GPT agrees
ChatGPT
that
said.
I am a child. I was. Now, here's my question. Am I a child prodigy or was I? What do I say now?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say you're an adult. I think we can. I don't think that's controversial.
Ask Chad.
Yeah, right. How can we possibly
Maurielle
know
Lou
for
was
sure?
a child prodigy. I'm going to screenshot
Yeah,
this.
I already did. I'll send it to you. Yeah, that's the
This is
screenshot.
amazing.
Yeah.
But go back to that moment. So that happens.
Yeah.
You're 16. You
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
You know, presumably there's people older than you that have submitted. You win.
Can I just, I do want to say, in all seriousness, since we're going to make the child prodigy thing a thing, I, at 12, started a television show that ended up being picked up by the city of Atlanta, and they still do it today. I started a television show in high school.
You getting royalties on that?
Yeah, wait, what?
No, not at all. And these are things before, this is before everyone's on YouTube. I would have done very well as a gosh darn YouTube kid. I wish that was
You
my
still
generation.
could. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You could.
And I
Yes, well, you
should.
are.
But now that it's been confirmed that I'm a child prodigy, yes, I should tell a little bit more about, some of the things I did. So starting a TV show before you even know what a TV show is, knowing what elements are there, those things they were just already here.
See, and I still recognize those traits in you today.
Really?
Because you're like, hey, GMA's leading with this. We should really look more into that. Like, you still watch other shows as a scientist. I mean, you are scientific in the way you break things down.
I will say that you did say something last week that did make me feel really good. When we were putting the show together, we have all the topics, trying to decide what order, and then you're like, you did that like Rain Man. Like, I'm like, no, we're going to do this here. Let's lead with this. And then that's what we get all the comments about, and it works out.
You
Works out.
you have a finger on the pulse of
Thanks,
culture.
guys.
I mean, you do. And you were the one weeks ago. You were like, "Hey, these Leaboos,
You got to
Leaboos.
watch these Leaboos.
They're a thing," and everybody was like,
That's a dumb name.
"The hell's a Leaboo?"
Yeah.
And then fast forward 2 weeks, and my daughter's like, "Dad, these are the things I want for my birthday," and I was like, "God dang it, Maurielle, you were right again."
So your sweet soliloquy had a lot to do with your dad.
Yeah.
What like, how much of your interest and passion was because of that, or was it just like enhanced because by dad? Like, I mean, obviously you guys are very, very close.
Yeah.
Like, were independently like it, and then that just mushed it together even more?
You guys are making me teary. What's happening?
Yeah.
I think I just like my dad.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
And so it's not that I wanted things to talk to him about, like we didn't have that, but I just saw that he loved it, and I instantly loved it. I loved people being informed about things. I love the responsibility of telling people what was going on. And for the rest of my life, I said, at 5, I'm going to spend the rest of my life telling people what to do.
That's rare. That's wild. Like, no, I mean, really, to stick with it. Because, I mean, now you're 22 and you still have that same passion, and it's incredible.
I'm trying to just like, who's number 1, who's number 2, and you just went back
We're
to the number 1
trying.
spot. But Derek, you've been number 1 for a while now.
It's okay. We got a long podcast. I got a lot of things. I got a lot of things on my list here. You know, I got notes. I got things to say,
You know what
compliments
say.
to give.
That's all you got to do.
I would like to try to figure out, and I feel like a lot of news stations are trying to figure this out, but you're the one to talk to because you do have like a sixth sense for this. But the news is the news, but the news is also entertainment. And the shows that you're on are a really nice mix of news and entertainment.
Yeah.
Do you agree that that's kind of the way things are going?
Yeah. This infotainment world, I think, is where we are. People want the information, but the way that I watch TV when I go home, I'm on TikTok. I have my laptop open and I'm shopping and perusing the web, and then I'm watching TV. We're not just doing one thing anymore. And I think bringing that element into the news is, I think, what's going to give it its staying power, because we care now. This celebrity culture it's who we are. I don't think there's any going back. It doesn't make anybody highbrow and you only do celebrity stuff. So it's all news. It's all news. And so if we're the vessels of that, then we have to get on board.
I believe more now than ever. And maybe this isn't fair to say, because I think with like the Cronkites and the who's the host of the Tonight Show, Johnny Carson, people watched it because it was entertaining, but people watched it because they wanted to know what that person thought.
Right.
People want to know what Maurielle Lou thinks. Does that ever get heavy? Does that ever get to a point where you're like, whoa, I have to have a, like, I got to do my research? Because you are never uninformed, I'll say that, and you're never uneducated. But there are some topics that come up where people want to know what you think. And how much does that weigh?
Well, that is the tricky spot, because when you're in news and we're on a news platform, but news has changed, but we're not saying that it's changed. So people want your opinion. They want to feel like they know you, but sometimes if they don't like the opinion, it's, well, just tell me what the facts are, so it does depend on the show. When I fill in on shows that are more traditional news, I am very happy to just read the news. Here's what's coming on. But you do have to offer up a part of yourself if you do a show like mine. And it does weigh, especially in the Black community, where your voice weighs so much more than, the average person, and what you say really matters. And that is it. Burden is not the right word. Weight is probably the better way to go, but it's something that has just been ingrained in me, and probably anybody who's holding my position, to just know and understand that you have the opportunity to speak for so many people, and that it's a tightrope for sure, because we have learned so much after the murder of George Floyd. I think that did open up so many eyes as to these conversations that were by no means new. We were just finally able to have people willing to listen, and we grew and we learned a lot. But you have to have the people who are in a position to create change, which traditionally has not been people of color. You have to have people on board who are willing to listen and to make that change. So opening doors in that way can definitely be scary, because even if you're right and there are people who agree with you, being the only one to say it can be a challenging position to be in. So it's not easy.
The weight to say it is one thing, and then I imagine to look at the comments increases that weight quite a little bit. You doing that these days? Reading the comments?
I am shocked, especially for people like you. And let's just break serious for a second.
Yeah.
For people like you who know the real me.
Yeah.
And how, I would say, in a way, soft I am, and sensitive, and how much I care, and just funny and fun and light. When I go on and read the comments that people say about me, it is mind blowing. And it's not that it hurts my feelings, because I have been in TV long enough to not care. So it's not that I'm hurt over it. It's just shocking the amount of hate. Derek can post a picture of all of us, and the post is a very clear we all got Faygo Pops.
Something everybody loves, right?
Everybody loves.
Santa Claus is cool.
I hate Maurielle Lou. Why is she in the picture? Why does she like pop?
Why is she making that face?
Yeah, I'm
why is she smiling?
Well, I got two things here. I got a question for you. Are you serious? Do you really mean to say that it doesn't hurt your feelings? Because if someone says your hair's out of place, one little, am I just a little baby? Because I know it doesn't define who you are. I know you're stronger than that, but you're still human.
Right. I mean, I'm sure there was a time when, my feelings were hurt.
Yeah.
I think that my parents instilled in me a very strong sense of self. So I know who I am. I can read a comment and differentiate very easily if this is somebody who has real legitimate constructive criticism,
Sure.
and it's something that I can learn from and grow from, which does happen, often. And I'm absolutely open to that.
Totally.
And then you also just see people who are just hating just to hate. And so, no, that does not affect me.
How did your parents do that, right? Derek's got kids, I got kids. I want that. I want that for them.
Being Black in America, honey.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll just do that.
Yeah,
with our kids.
There
Wait,
you
I
go.
thought we weren't allowed to do that.
Yeah. Everybody just needs to
But Maurielle told us,
Right.
Yeah.
No, sorry, you were going.
No, I mean, it's just, what's said in a lot of Black households, you have to be twice as good to get half as far. And just this understanding that, people aren't necessarily always going to understand where you're coming from, So through community, know who you are, know what you represent, stand on business, and don't falter from that. And so that's what I've tried to do.
You are very authentic when you're on TV. And I know you pride yourself on being authentic, and it's true, you are. But there is a whole side of you that people don't get to see.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that you're acting, because you're not. but there's just some vulnerabilities in, what we do on TV, what we don't. Does that bother you when people say, oh, she's so stuck up or something like that? And you're like,
That's probably the stuff that bothers me the most because I feel like I show it. And also when I read the comments, the things that this probably doesn't sound great to say, the things that some people attribute to you guys are the things that I actually say.
That's right.
So I don't get the credit for being fun and light and happy that I feel like I show every day.
Yeah.
I do feel like I'm the one that's cracking the jokes every show.
You're the funniest person on the TV. It's
what the?
Yeah, it's not even yeah.
Every
single time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how dumb the story is.
Yeah, so that probably is the thing that's shocking the most because I do read a lot like she's stuck up. And I'm like, what?
Right. That's what bothers me. For the record, it bothers me when if I'm out and we're all out and people want to talk about everybody. Hey, what's that Jay Towers like? I'm like, he's great. What's that Dina Centofanti like? She's great. What's Alan like? He really sucks. What's Maurielle like? I'm like, she's the best. And if people do say like, oh, I don't get, you're like, I get defensive. Over
I
you.
appreciate that though, and honestly, I do. If I could say, that is a part of being an ally in the community, and then just also being a friend, because we know that there's nuance there, that there are levels to why people just decide they don't like someone. And I'm not trying to say it's always because of that one thing, but there are just some things that are ingrained. And if you start listening, you hear people saying, I don't know why, just something about her. Something just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why. And it's like, people who know me, I do appreciate when you defend me, when you're like, wait, oh my gosh, if you had one conversation with her, you would be obsessed with her.
Right.
Because she's freaking great.
Yeah, she's freaking great. And she's freaking great enough that national platforms have snatched you for a couple guest appearances.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
Okay.
So,
you want me to just jump in?
What are you gonna do, Derek?
Yeah. So the name of the show has changed. I don't want to say the wrong name.
Well, I've done Dish Nation in Atlanta, which was awesome, and now it has morphed into a show called Side Dish, which is going to be a streaming show online, which is pretty. It's a lot like Dish Nation. It's just more real in the moment, popping those comments up, more engaging.
But it's national, so it's. I mean, it's big time.
National, like the whole country, is right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you think?
I just wanted to make sure.
National, like locally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's he talking about?
You go to a show like that.
Yeah.
I mean that. So for us in our profession, everybody that tends to be kind of the goal. Like, I want to work in local, I want to go to a higher city, and then I want to go national. And you're one of the few people that have done it. What's it like when you go on a set like that? It's different than here.
It's different, but there's a lot that's the same. I think that's a testament to what we do here. I think we're doing a really great job here in Detroit, on the 9, on the noon specifically, that because it's a national format and it's more real time, it's more on the pulse, like here's what's happening today. But to see that on a larger scale it is eye-opening.
Well, the product might be as good, but how we get there is a little different.
Right.
Ain't no one doing your hair here.
Right. That is true. Hair and makeup, those days are gone locally. And so it is nice to have somebody, wiping your the crumbs off your mouth.
Yeah.
But it's
Feeding you Biscoff cookies.
Is
white glove treatment. It is nice.
Is it hard? Like, do you ever think about the fact that, because we joke about you being a child prodigy and you knowing that you want to do this forever?
Well, now we don't. It's not a joke.
Well, no, yeah, right. Yeah. We say that you are. We say that you are. And you have been doing, you've been on the 9 for how long now? I don't even know. 10 years, 5 years, 8 years?
Let's say 8. 8 or
years.
so. Which is crazy. Where does the time go?
So in a sense, you hit what you wanted. I mean, we could always say you wanted national too, but you've had the thing that you have wanted.
I am living my dream, absolutely.
Yeah, like really.
Yeah, it's a blessing, for sure. And I think about that every single day.
Sure. Yeah, I imagine though, we're humans and sometimes we forget that. Do you ever forget that you have what you want?
I think you just have to be okay with realizing that the line is always moving.
Sure.
And so that was a struggle of mine for a long time, where I was in the business for only 5 years. And I was like, I have a great show. I have an Emmy. I had all these things. There was probably a 6 or 7 year time frame where all of the things that I had written down as the younger Maurielle Lou I had checked them all off, which is an amazing thing to accomplish so young. But it does leave you feeling empty and wondering what's next. And it's taken a little time for me to figure out, like, what else, do I want to do? But, yeah, I mean, it's day by day. And it changes. And it's okay for the line to move. And it's okay to want more.
Sure.
So
what would you do?
Always go for more.
If it was like this whole genre, this whole profession genre, this is gone, okay? Imaginary world. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, there's no more of this. What would you do?
What do you mean there's no more of this?
Any news? No news, no infotainment, no, like, what else would you have done beside this?
If I like
this is
different
the one
profession?
thing, this is the one thing that you've always wanted to do.
Right.
And you're doing it. Like, what else would you have done if you couldn't, if there was no way to do this?
Probably something in the legal field. Just any opportunity to beat someone,
right.
to win. Okay, I feel like that would be really gratifying. And then I do care just a lot about human rights and social justice and justice in general. And so I think I'd be a lawyer somewhere defending the people.
Before you got on the 9 Monday through Friday, you
look at you, Alan.
I know you keep looking away from me. Move that. You can move that mic. Manhandle that thing. Shift that baby around.
Here, I got it.
Before
There you go.
the 9, yeah. See, come on, she's been national.
Well,
Don't
then
touch her
do
mic.
it.
Touch my mic.
You worked with Langton, and I did hear you guys talk about the law.
Yeah.
And that was like a passion. Like, there was discussion where you said, "I'm going to go back to law school. I'm going to do that."
Yeah. How validating from Charlie, too. There are many times where he's like, that's a good argument. That's the argument I would make. Mm-hmm. I did take a few law classes. I did the little Harvard Online little legal thing, but it hasn't really gone anywhere. That is something that's still on my list. If I got serious, that would be something I would want to do. I'd love to go to law school now.
Is that above or below Spanish?
Learning Spanish?
Mm-hmm. Remember we had that hot second? We were like 2 weeks. We were like, hola, ¿cómo estás?
It's so funny that you bring that up because I am haunted by an experience that we had when I was speaking Spanish on TV. And in my head, because I was once certified fluent, I minored in Spanish.
What?
In college, yeah. So you had to take a literacy test to be certified fluent. So I was at one point certified. So in my head, I know Spanish, I speak very well. On TV, baby, 20 years later, it sounded so janky. It was so bad. Oh, it was so bad. And now that experience scared me away from Spanish.
Now you can't do it.
Do you remember that, Alan?
That particular time on air?
Yeah.
No, because I think it probably wasn't as bad as what you thought it was. I remember that time in our lives.
It was like day done, day everything.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I guarantee you that it wasn't, and I know that because this is the thing that you do. Because Maurielle and I were in this little a holiday I do. Is that what it was called?
I don't want to talk about.
We were in this. Yeah, we were in this little movie, this local movie.
What has she not done?
It was a little Christmas movie, and it was with our friend Tessa, and we're driving out to set, and it's first of all in the middle of nowhere. I felt unsafe. And then we get there. And then,
he had me in the middle of the woods.
And then, but anyway, but it comes out, it's all done and we forget about it. And then the movie's finished and they come on the show and they're like, they bring, you do this and you don't see your role. You don't see what you did until a year later when it's finished. And Mario, I have never seen this woman scared.
I remember this.
That video
her
just
nerves
came in my memories yesterday.
Have never been shaken. And she came up to me right like 20 minutes before they're going to go on, do the segment, and show the clip on TV of Maurielle Lou acting. And she was like, you thought you were terrible. You were
so
scared.
Bad.
It was not bad. I saw it. It was not bad.
It wasn't.
It was awful.
It wasn't.
I can't bring myself. I don't feel
That's
like
all.
You guys love me so much. I don't feel like you would be honest.
No,
with me
we were
in
honest.
this capacity.
I would be honest. And even if we weren't honest in the moment, here we are a year removed. We'd tell you the truth now.
Here's what we would have said. If it was really bad, we would have gone, that was okay. That was good.
I would have told. No, I would have told you better.
Gone up.
I am so embarrassed by that performance because I thought I killed it. I thought this is going to be my breakthrough moment. That move over Halle Berry, Maurielle Lou is in the building, and I watched that and my jaw hit the floor. I said, "Who is that mediocre actress?" That I don't do things halfway. I did everything that I do was supposed to be great. It was not great. It was not great.
Who is that mediocre prodigy?
Those things don't go to end. Also because my whole life just being dramatic, everybody always says, you should have been an actress. You should have been so I just thought naturally I would be better, and it was not. It was not good, Alan.
The list of things, though. Okay, so we've got Prodigy. We've got award-winning anchor.
Just a general Prodigy. Just that every.
I'm a savant.
We've got literate or Spanish
certified
fluent actress.
Yes.
And conspiracy theorist.
Should have led with that.
I hate to. I think you're right. Like, am I okay?
Yeah, no, you're good. I do believe that some of the smartest people are conspiracy theorists because they can really think about all of it.
Yeah.
But so aliens, we should
real.
Okay.
They are so real. By the way, there's this new thing. I hate to make everything about black and white, but right now on TikTok, apparently NASA has said that the alien ship that's on the way here, allegedly, that could be here by November, they're saying that the aliens are black.
Oh, was it the guy who said they were like
that.
tall? They were like the guys with like
now he said
massive.
He said yes, tall, African American.
And then someone was like, "You're just at the Atlanta Hawks practice, buddy." It's like, yeah.
He said African Americans, which I didn't know. I didn't understand the American distinction. I don't know the African. I don't know, but. So now in my TikTok feed, there's like what it's going to be like when they finally get here. And you just hear all the loud alien music first, like rattling, like the loud car that goes through your neighborhood. People are looking out the window and then they look up like, oh, the aliens are here. I think he's referencing the Anunnaki, which is an alien race. Allegedly.
I'm sorry, what? What did you just drop that? What?
Anunnaki, aliens.
Which is an alien race?
These are the hardcore beings, perhaps the ones who really built the pyramids. We don't know. But they are superior. I believe I've heard like they're not very nice.
Are they here? Are they here?
I don't know if they are here. I think they're tired of y'all's mess, and I don't know if they're coming back to
Fix it.
to take us or to fix it. I don't know.
Oh God, please let them fix it.
I don't know. I might be tired of humans. I might
take you
ready
and
to
go,
go.
and it's like
yeah.
crap.
And then there goes all your music, all your sport.
Culture's gone.
Hey, boom.
It's just nothing
Just
left.
Mayonnaise and pickles.
Well, that would not. I mean,
I do love both those
Are you
things.
kidding me? That would be.
I like them both.
That would be Derek's favorite. Dipping his pickles in mayonnaise.
Just waiting for the end now.
All right, nothing left here.
Do you remember the podcast that you sent me 2 years ago? Where it was just like some dudes. It might have been a book on tape, but it was just kind of like random rambling thoughts about everything. It included the Denver airport. It included the fact that the Earth is actually hollow and there's different rings of civilizations
Was
in there.
that a book or a podcast?
I think it was a book on tape.
Behold the Pale White Horse, maybe?
Yeah.
That is a must listen, must read for everybody. I tried to force it on Alan.
Oh, I started it.
I listened to the whole thing.
I started it.
Do I jump back up ahead of him now? Because I listened to the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes, you absolutely do. Because you have to get through like the first. I only had Alan trapped in the car for like 45 minutes.
Wait, where were we going?
I don't know. Oh, I think that was the Hamilton day.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, are we going to go to the movies? Can we have a movie date?
Great,
And
yeah.
Hamilton's coming to the movie theaters on September 5th for the 10th anniversary.
Yeah,
I'd love it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would love to do that with you.
Yes,
I'd
let's
love
go.
to do that with you, Alan.
That's fantastic. What was it called? The Pale White Horse?
Behold the Pale White Horse. Please, everybody, listen to and read that book. It is fantastic. Go ahead, Derek.
Okay. So the ideas are fantastic. Horribly written. I thought it was terribly written. It was like all rambling, but the ideas were fascinating to listen to. Mm-hmm. The Denver airport one is always a fascinating conspiracy theory that
What's down there?
Underneath the airport is the headquarters for the New World Order and lizard people and et cetera, et cetera.
For sure.
The reptilians.
Yeah.
They don't like to be called lizard people.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Do you have a direct line to these people?
Not to the reptilians.
Not to the
honey.
reptilians?
They're not very
Oh, they're
good
not
from what I
nice? They're the bad. Oh.
Yeah.
They're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not great.
But we bring it up. You bring it up kind of in jest on the news a lot. We talk aliens a lot, but you do firmly believe that aliens are out there.
It is shocking how much it comes up. I do apologize for that in a way because why do we talk about aliens so much?
I know why, because and I'll tell you this, you are the best at that show, and that show, I think, I love filling in on the 9. I really enjoy filling in. That sounds daunting to do that show day in and day out.
Yeah.
5 days a week to come up with 2 hours worth of stuff to talk about. You have to care about. Like, that's a hard ask.
We should
To fill the 2 hours.
Let's peel back the curtain a little bit because the way that the 9 is built every morning, we get together at 6 a.m. We go into a morning meeting and everybody pitches ideas that would be fun to talk about on the show. some days you have more creative ideas than others. Like when there was a period of time I was filling in more frequently. Some days you'd get there, you're like, I just don't have anything to pitch today, guys. I'm sorry. The one person who never says that is Maurielle.
Yeah.
And she's always at the table with 5 to 9 great ideas.
Well, and I laugh the loudest when there's stupid ideas. No,
Well, on a good day, they use them all.
but even sometimes there's stupid things, and you can still make something out of them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Well, that's a true testament of
Yeah.
talent right there. Is it's like this is a nothing story, but we made it fun and interesting, and kind of the mark of did it work is are people talking about it on social media,
Right.
And
Right.
that's how you know you did it.
Yeah, the people like the alien talk. They like, yes, we definitely, and I think because we're all in different phases of life right now, it's really great to be a part of this team because everybody's bringing something different. Like I can't stop thinking about, is it your father-in-law's cakes?
Yeah, father-in-law. He's a pastor.
That's
Oh,
a weird
yeah.
sentence. I can't thinking about
Yeah.
your father-in-law's
Okay.
cakes.
Yeah,
He's got these cakes.
he'll love that,
cake
actually.
was
does your
so-
mother-in-law know that?
He has some hot little cakes, honey. And I love those cakes are delicious.
Yeah, he's good at them.
Delicious.
He's a pastor.
Yes.
And
Hallelujah.
So he's a man of God.
Praise the Lord.
But one of his like hobbies is he makes cakes, but
Yeah.
he only makes them for the grandkids. So every birthday they get to pick what they want,
Mm-hmm.
and they always get more and more elaborate. Like every year he's like, "Can you just pick like a Pokeball or something? Just like a round cake with white icing
Yeah.
and a red strip." But nope, it's always these 3-dimensional Charizard dragon things, and he does it and he
It's
kills it.
amazing.
I know. They're so
Frosting
good.
is good. It is perfect. And I'm a cake connoisseur, so I would say, they're all right.
Mm.
No, these cakes are great.
Yeah.
Church, how you feeling about that these days? You and I grew up in the, real church. Our moms, I feel like, are the same.
They are the same person.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
We compare notes, we
Yes.
compare text messages, and it is the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Left, right, and center. All day, every day.
Thought about you just yesterday. I don't have your freaking number, dude. I don't know which number to text you on or call you.
text me
Not
right
the
now.
flip phone.
I took this TikTok Bible quiz yesterday.
Ah.
And it was A, B, C, D, E, F, G, D, and it was just a quiz. What, is the name of the guy who was in the garden with you?
Sure.
And so that's obviously Adam.
Yeah.
But I want to take that with you because it goes all
please.
the way down. And I thought about you immediately. How are you recovering from our childhood?
Yeah. Well, look, man, my
There's
church.
the question of the
Yeah.
podcast right there.
You're right, because the church
Yeah.
that I grew up in was, there was a lot of good in it, but there was a lot of, it was very much the
Brimstone and fire?
scare you away from hell versus welcome you into the goodness of God.
Yes.
I did learn some
exactly.
good basics, but it was anxiety. I remember one night specifically, man, I was like 6 or 7 years old. I just started bawling in my bed, just crying, so scared, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go to heaven. What I mean, I talked to my dad, I remember one time this happened to me several times in my youth. I would be walking around, let's say maybe even into high school, certainly elementary school and junior high. I'd be walking around, and then suddenly, either I would imagine I heard trumpets.
I was just going to ask
Either I would
you
imagine
that.
or
Yes.
sometimes I wouldn't even remember one specific time. I
Yes.
turned around and my dad and my sister were gone.
Yes.
And I go, no, God, I'm left behind. I didn't make it. And then they step out from behind the car. They weren't even hidden. I just had this terror.
Because where'd y'all go so fast?
Yeah, right. God just took you and he left me.
Just going to ask you, how many times in your life have you thought you heard trumpets? Mm-hmm. So much so that you actually look up into the sky.
Oh yeah, and then sometimes you'll see a cloud that actually looks like Jesus
And
is
I'm
coming
like,
down.
"Ah!"
You'll see like a pillar of sun
Then
coming
you repent
through.
real quick. Lord, just.
Oh, for sure. Right. Do I have time? Do I have time? Do I have time? You haven't touched the ground yet.
I've always been your girl, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I never realized the Rapture was such a big thing.
Oh my gosh! Don't you remember the Left Behind movies?
Did you read the book?
Jeez.
I
Yeah,
read every book.
Of course,
I have all the books
dude.
at home.
It was.
It was a great book series.
Oh,
though.
of course it was.
Carpathia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good,
yeah.
man.
I read them all.
Bruce Cameron was that was the movie, I think.
No, it was
Bucky.
not.
Wait.
Was it
Buck.
Bruce Cameron?
I think it was Buck.
It was the
Kirk.
dude. Yeah,
Kirk Cameron. Kirk Cameron.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's Kirk
okay.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was terrifying then, and now I'm learning about the goodness and the love side of things.
Which is where I am. I mean, it's just kind of like more the manifestational
spiritual side.
But there is a point where the two meet, because I do think a lot of the I think it's the same in many situations. You know, the Bible talks about speaking things into existence, write it down,
faith.
make it plain.
Yeah, faith of a mustard seed, man. That's all
Come
you
on,
need.
mustard seed. But I like to.
That's a very small seed, Derek. It's
Yeah.
very
you just
small.
need a little bit of faith, Derek, and then God will do the rest.
I have a needle.
But yeah, I lost my.
I think part of faith or religion, I guess, is the way to say it. Like organized religion can be tricky, and finding the right church for you is tricky.
Yes.
I remember with Melissa. So my wife is very religious. Grew up with her stepdad's the pastor. When we would move to a new city, so for example, when I started in New Orleans, we would go church shopping.
Yes.
And so we would go all around. Now, she settled on the type of church she liked, which was a Baptist church.
Nice.
Where everybody's crying halfway through the service because it's all like, you're doing it wrong and this.
Oh,
and I
okay.
remember looking around being like, I grew up Catholic and we feel bad about a lot of stuff, but
is all this?
Oh, really?
Nobody's crying at church. There's nobody crying.
These are not tears of joy. These are tears of
Yes.
fear. Okay.
Fear.
Yes. And so I was like, but that was the church. She was like, this one speaks to me.
I want y'all to come to church with me because
Let's go.
You haven't been to church until you have seen mimes, praise dance in the middle of a session. I want to get you guys comfortable yelling at the pastor while he's talking, and you're just affirming everything that he said. Now, I can give you just like the quick little lesson. He's going to, at some point where you feel like it should be wrapping up, he's going to say, okay, I won't be before you long. I'm almost done. And then everybody goes, no, take your time, Pastor, take your time. And I'm like, okay.
No, I've been pitching this as a Weatherboys story. I think that we should go out. I think it's great. I grew up in a very loud church, but in a different way. Not in like a fun way. Not in a, and that looks
your time.
delightful.
Take your time.
My father-in-law, who is the pastor, I remember I did ask him one time, I said, would you like it if people shouted, amen?
Yeah.
And he said, absolutely yes.
Oh, really?
He said, I hate it when it's quiet.
Yeah,
and
you don't know if you're doing a good job or not.
Presbyterians are quiet.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's like, I would love it if people yelled, amen.
So did you start?
That would be
Yes, I'm too scared.
Such a shock. Yeah, because everyone else is going to be looking at you because they just expect a quiet church. That would be so fish out of water to me. I would not understand that experience at all. Good church is wondering if the heat's on.
You're right. Yeah.
It
right.
is hot
Right.
up in
right.
here.
We got to wrap up in about 5, but I want to apologize to you,
Me?
to Maurielle, for the one time in your life that I think I gave you bad advice.
Oh.
And I think about it because I've never admitted it. And I don't want it to affect not so much my relationship with you, but I don't want you to tell this other thing that I did this. Because years ago,
Yes.
when you were moving and you bought your place,
Yes.
you moved in and you said, I think I want to buy a dog. And I said, don't.
Oh, did you?
I said, don't. I said, you're a woman about town.
Yes.
Dogs are they're gonna handcuff you to the house. You got to get home. Sorry, guys, I got to go let the dog out. And you like to go and have fun. And I said, don't get Hampton.
Yeah.
And that was the worst advice I think I ever gave you.
Well, no, I thought you were saying you're not ready for a dog right now, which was right because I was, and I don't know if I like woman about town.
I did. Right. That sounded
bad? You were a
streetwalker.
hooker.
Right. You were
That's what I heard.
100%. That's
not
what
right.
it means. That's
what it means.
That's what it meant
is?
with your
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's not what I meant.
That's what you said.
He's like,
He's been talking.
like-
You're a woman of the night. How about that? You're a woman of the night. Is that better?
Like, I
It's much
didn't
better.
want you to get a dog. You were a hoe. And I'm like, whoa, what? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? I had lady friends and we were just going out to the bars and the clubs.
Derek's actually the comment people. He's leading the charge in the comment section.
You're going to lead the way. Yeah.
What a jerk.
Right, Derek.
But now Hampton is
now I have
the
Hammy.
greatest.
He is great. That's my little guy right there. I didn't I didn't know if I was gonna. I called you a couple times. Like, do you leave him out? Do you take? So yes. But
He's a great
It was
dog.
It was not bad advice. I think at the time you were saying you just know you have to come home after work. You have to let him out. You have to have responsibilities.
Yeah. Remember when I
waited till I
watched
was
him
ready.
for a weekend?
Do you remember when you watched him for a weekend?
I do. Will you
watch him again?
I didn't mind it. I thought Hampton was great. Hampton is just a little bowling ball.
Yes.
And you
the
need
bowling ball with legs.
You need to know that when you're watching him.
Yeah.
And at the time, the kids were like, they're like 5 and 3. And legit, he would get so excited to see him because he's the nicest dog in the world. He's so happy all the time. He would just
bowl him over.
And then once he got Campbell over, he started humping him.
And Hampton has never done that before or since. So this, in one weekend, Hampton did 2 things he has never done ever. One, he would not stop humping Campbell.
He loved it.
I mean, any chance he got, I saw with my own eyes, he was like, I see something I like and I'm going for it.
Do you remember Campbell's eyes too? Like he looked at us.
You brought this into our home, Father.
They locked. I don't. And he would get Campbell on his back real quick, real quick. And the other thing he's never ever done ever, he peed in Campbell's bed.
He marked it. I think
he's mine.
He was like, this is mine.
Yeah, this boy is
I don't know what that
mine.
was about.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. He loves Campbell though.
He's a good
So
dog.
I apologize.
No, don't worry about it.
I apologize for that.
Listen, if
therapy,
dog,
he's still in therapy for it, right?
yeah,
So
we'll
he'll
send
work
you the
through it.
bill.
Send me
He'll
the
work
bill.
through it eventually.
Fine.
Dog urine on the bed is the least like nasty thing. These kids, they're
Really?
babies, they're
Filthy.
puking, they're doing all kinds
He's
of crap.
never done that ever. Ever.
I believe you.
I was
He's a sweet dog.
stunned. And so, I've never asked you again to watch Hampton. Now he goes to doggy daycare where he's happy.
Well, he can come over and play in the backyard, although Rue won't like it because she's old and crotchety now. She's 13.
Can I do one more question?
Yeah, one more, and then we got to let her go.
But whenever we meet some folks out in the town, they're like asking about people at work. Anytime they ask about you, the number one question I get always, almost every single time is Maurielle single? And would you mind introducing me?
Really?
So the people are asking.
The people are asking. And with that, I'm sorry, but I do think that we're out of time.
We're out of time.
Oh, my God.
So we do
no.
have to go.
Can I give all of them your number?
I would have definitely don't do that.
Definitely no. Okay.
Definitely don't do that.
We'll answer that question next time Maurielle is on.
Yeah.
Very good.
Let that be the first question.
Maurielle, thank you. I know
Thank you,
we know how
guys.
busy you are. You're all over the place with all the stuff you're doing, and thanks for giving us just a little bit of time.
Putting up with Derek.
Hopefully, I'm going to see this on in the lunchroom. Right?
I don't know who puts that on.
I want to make sure that people know
I think
that I was here.
I think it's our boss Paul who puts that on
Oh,
because he
good,
thinks
okay.
it's
And then he'll
the
see
most
me.
important
It'll be on
content.
tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yes.
We'll go to all right, Maurielle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
If you want to watch more Weatherboys content, you can find all of it on the Fox Local app as well as YouTube and Spotify. And if you find it on those channels, make sure you subscribe. Smash and subscribe.
Smash
as
and
Alan
subscribe.
always says. Thank you very much. That's going to do it for the Weatherboys podcast. We will see you next week.